Indeed, miracles are real. They are experiential occurrences which raise the conviction of believers and their devotion to spirituality across all faiths. A very strange miracle occurred in Abuja on Saturday, when a Bible remained untouched by fire from a car that burnt into ashes. The car, driven by one Jeremiah Giwa, who arrived the country from United Kingdom about 5 months ago after completing his tertiary education, swerved off the road, tumbled and eventually landed in a ditch, exploding in flames. Jeremiah, who was driving the car, narrates the event and the Bible miracle. My younger brother, Joshua, and I were going to pick our parents and elder brother from the airport, so we had an accident on the way at the road before Galadimawa. We were coming from our home in the games village. The car was very fine and it hadn't developed any fault before. That morning, it was raining and the car began to swerve off the road. I tried to bring the car back on the road, but the brake was not holding anymore. I tried ceaselessly and I later lost control of the car. The car eventually tumbled twice after moving zigzag on the road and landed in a ditch. I have been driving close to 5 years and I was very okay when I drove the car. When it happened, we immediately unhooked our seat belts. I talked to my brother for a few seconds to ensure he was okay. We unhooked the belts. Thank God it wasn't jammed. We tried to open the driver's door, but the door was jammed. We tried to break the glass too, it refused to break. We managed to spot one of the windows at the back. We broke it and climbed out through it, under one of the chairs. We went far away from the car to ensure our safety because the car was already in flames. The two of us were the only occupants of the car and my brother was sitting beside me in front. We were so shocked that we both came out unscathed. We watched the car go up in flames while other drivers initially drove past us. It was about a few minutes before 6 a.m., so it was still a bit dark. By the time people began to stop, everything had burnt beyond recognition. To our surprise, the early morning rain, which we thought could help save the car, also stopped immediately. The car was completely gutted by the fire. Sympathizers didn't even know we owned the car. They all ran past us to see the burning car. They were wondering if people were still there and all that. By the time my parents and elder brother were aware of the incident, they all cried, but I think it was for joy. Initially, when my dad was aware of it, he wasn't happy that we were coming to pick them. We had intended to give them a surprise lift from the airport. But, when we took our dad to the scene of the accident, he couldn't talk anymore. He was in tears. The car wasn't the reason he cried. I guess he was just surprised and was grateful to God as to how we managed to come out unscathed and how the Bible was not touched by fire. I am sure God really loves us. We had just finished a youth vigil a night before the incident and prayed against destiny wasters. Shortly after we left the scene, we went to Garki General Hospital for necessary tests including X-rays. Nothing happened to us. We were given paracetamol and pain relievers, which to my knowledge none of us has been taking because nothing happened to us. Jeremiah noted that the Bible was later recovered from the ashes of the burnt car and it was not torched by the inferno, disclosing that many people had been coming to Christ Victory Life Church in Abuja to see the Bible and use it to pray over their problems. Bishop Napoleon Obeyeji is the presiding bishop of the church. He said, "My reaction to the accident that happened is that God is God and that He takes care of His own and He shows forth His glory. The enemy had meant the accident for destruction, like the day of Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego. The Lord God came in and delivered the children. The Bible that was in the vehicle which the fire burnt to ashes did not burn, The Bible is still at my altar right now. That was a sign God showed to the world that He was the one that intervened and that caused everything that happened. If you had been to a scene of an accident, you will definitely know it is only God that can do that, no one else. In these last days, I think there are many people whose faiths are wavering, whose beliefs are shaking, and who do not have the stamina to continue. Maybe one thing had happened to them or the other. They might attribute such to God's failure or that God did not answer their prayers. But with this kind of thing that happened, they should understand and be convinced that God is still God and that He is in control of human affairs. He is in control of the entire world,